Greetings, Dreamspire aspirants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Worshippers of Cthulhu. Episode 5, Finally Worthy. So if the workplace is here on the starter island, all but one blood drinker is employed. So I'm only going to convert one more captive because I don't really have need of two more. Unless, of course, the sacrificial pile is allowed to be built. And then we'll need 4 more people. So yeah, apparently I can build the sacrificial pile. So I'm going to put it here and go for 5 more captives converted. More than likely, we'll end up with like followers coming within 5 minutes. So maybe what I'll do is not do that. Just convert 1 more, but have housing for 5.
Burning the excess materials in the fires of celebration and ecstasy will yield an abundance of faith.
So the way this works is you employ people in the sacrificial pile, and then you intentionally destroy some of your resources for faith. So if I hire people in here, and I am going to hire... I haven't really... I'll probably wait to hire people once we have a little bit more excess population, and I'll choose things that we have an excess of, like steak or sandstone brick or plank, to be offered up in sacrifice. But we're pretty close to that faith income now. We're definitely getting there.
Do you hear his whisper?
And let's kick up fanaticism. So I'm going to try to make you a butcher. Small the back. Done.
Oblivion beckons.
Filling up the temple doesn't increase faith per minute, it increases fanaticism. So that wouldn't help me reach my fanaticism threshold.
Embrace your destiny.
That's why I made the sacrificial pile, because that would. But there we go, we just hit it. So now that unlocks a milkery, a bottlery, and the idol carver. And then these new buildings require steel ingots or iron bars, rather, to be made, which would mean we would need an iron mine, a coal mine, a blast furnace, and a smeltery. So these 4 are more support industries rather than directly correlating to fulfilling needs. But I don't have the population for that right now, nor do I have the Eldritch Favor, so that's going to have to wait.
He will awaken.
Here comes the new wave. All 6 people are going to move to the starter island. There we go.
Embrace your destiny.
Because I hit the threshold, I'm actually going to get rid of the sacrificial pile. And instead, I'm going to spin up the industries needed to make those new things. So, iron mine, coal mine, for iron ore, or and in this case, I think we are going to want to stockpile near the coal mine, because running the coal mine all the way over to the main stockpile is just a bit too far. So I'm going to go back to the main island and get some more Eldritch Favor so I can unlock stockpiles.
Oblivion beckons. Follow the teaching.
So blast furnace and smeltery is what we're going to do first, because the other industries, the milking, bottling, and idol carving require iron bars ahead of time. So for the blast furnace, I can actually put it here in my starting zone. As far as the starting zone, it also has raw iron. It's up here. I could have gone for that either way. It wouldn't really matter. The reason I picked the second island is I'm just about at max radius for the Elder's Temple on the first island. So I picked the second island because it doesn't really matter. Oh, we are being attacked at the second island. Let's summon something that will deal with that, huh? Alright, we'll summon a Yugothar.
We will.
Yeah, I don't really like being attacked. Truth be told. And I did talk about getting a stockpile. Yeah, the storage facility requires more faith as well. So I will do another ritual, yet another ritual, so that we can unlock the stockpile to stockpile stuff better.
Awaken.
I thought I... Oh, there we go. I'm not sure why a boat is, like, parked in our bay, but I do know I'm going to deal with it. I think what's happening here is it's trying to attack us, but I don't have anything on the coast, so it can't reach any targets. The reason why I haven't put towers here is towers have a very high faith upkeep and faith cost. So if I can get away with not building them, I can save a lot of resources. The storage right there.
We require workers, O High Priest.
So the workers that work in the coal mine are acolytes. So instead of working in the cemetery, I'm just going to repurpose them into the coal mine. And then likewise, I believe that the iron mine is the same way. It hires acolytes. So I'll put the acolytes that were in the cemetery. Oh, oops. I messed that up. The acolytes that were in the cemetery into the coal and iron mines instead. And I need to ascend one more here. So what I'll do is I'll build one more house to have one more acolyte. Oh, nice. I love finding, like, treasure. Knew that was suicide, but he was gonna die anyway. Where is the builder? So if you ever wonder where the builder is, there's a button for that. So if you go to the builder shack and locate team, it will show you. So the builder was actually building the stockpile that I wanted. And now that there's a stockpile nearby, the coal mine can actually start doing its job.
We work for our god.
We have room at the iron mine in the other town. So let's see if there's any, like, unemployed iron workers or workers that could be moved over. So yeah, there's Thalia Blackwood that could be moved over, who has iron mine specialization. That'll work for me.
There are no materials, O High Priest.
That's not true.
There are no materials, O High Priest. Our work for our god.
That's exactly who I don't intend to hire. So Thalia, where are you again?
Worship the Great One.
I need you to switch. There we go. So now she'll switch over to Black Sand Island as soon as that house is built. And be our last iron miner. It'll take her a second to ascend, because her needs aren't immediately fulfilled the moment she moves. It takes a minute.
We obey.
Worship the Great One.
And in fact, I might need to spin up more robe making at home. In fact, I definitely will, because we're really not fulfilling all the robes we need.
Worship the Great One. We will be rewarded.
So hopefully that will help to keep people a little happier. Yeah, cooked corn and robes are being consumed rather quickly.
There are no
Very hard to keep up with
materials,
demand.
O High Priest.
We obey.
There's also not that much of a penalty of, like, leaving people homeless. They can remain homeless if I don't really have a meaningful place for them to work. I think what I'll do is I'll put another corn cooker, but this corn cooker will be on the new island. And I'll put 5 of the new homeless on the new island. Or the second island, I should say. It's not that new anymore. To work in that corn cooker to try to supplement our corn supply.
Do you hear
Kicking it
his
up a bit
whisper?
higher.
We obey.
And we're about 3/4 of the way to the Faith to Offer Dream Spire calling requirement.
We require workers, O High. I serve the deep.
He will awaken.
Worship the Great One.
Worship the Great One.
Okay, come on. Get to 100%, and she can be ascended.
The work is just.
Okay. So we now have a iron and coal industry. So all we need to do is to start sticking people in the blast furnace.
No.
And
There are no materials, O High Priest.
and in short order,
There are no
we'll end up with
materials, O High Priest.
some raw iron ready to go. So the blast furnace. Oh, I already unlocked it. Go. I don't already have one built. So we'll put it here. And that's going to require more acolytes. Yes, I want people to work in the blast furnace, not to get burned up in the blast furnace. That's fair. Alright, let's see who we can ascend. It's ideally blast furnace workers, so one person's working the corn cooker who could ascend to blast furnace specialization. So, we'll move that person over in a minute. And then the last one is the smeltery, and I'll just put that in now.
We require workers.
But I'll
of
need more
High Priest.
population in order to actually
We
employ
require
people
workers of High Priest.
properly in it.
require work.
I don't think anyone here at home... One person working in the cemetery could be working in the blast furnace. I'll move them over. And then the other cemetery worker... The other cemetery workers I'm going to put in the smeltery.
Let us pray.
Because I don't really need more fanaticism at the moment. I'd rather have more advanced materials. Good.
Let us gather.
There are no materials, O High Priest.
He will awaken.
Well, the faith income is going up. And it will only be a matter of time until we're able to complete the quest in the Dreamspire.
We obey. Worship the Great One.
But I think at this point you could probably see why trying to like min-max employment is honestly more effort than it's worth, because
Our work for our God.
the amount the amount of zeal difference that it makes once you have a fully employed facility, like take this corn cooker for instance, doesn't matter all that much. You know, it's a matter of difference of like 10 out of 500 or something like that. So keeping the game on like low speed and tinkering with the dials is not
Worship
worth
the Great
doing
One.
in my opinion.
Do you hear his whisper?
I think what's happening right now is that some of the facilities here on the starter island are not receiving the materials from the stockpile, the main storage, because of how many, the finite number of haulers. So one other thing that I could do is to put a storage module here only to speed up the delivery of the reagents. Because I think that's, right now, a bit of the bottleneck problem. So I'm going to do that with the theory that that is the issue I'm facing. And we should see some of this no materials for production go away if I was indeed
We
correct.
obey.
So now instead of having just 2 haulers, we have 5. Or 3, up to 3 to 5.
Our work for our God. I serve the worship the Great One.
Yep, that seems to be helping. As you can see, they actually have to
Our
physically
work
deliver
for
the
our
materials.
God. I
So now we
serve
just have
the
more material deliverers. We have 6 new people.
Do you hear his
I
whisper?
think those 6 new houses are within range of the Elder's Temple. I hope.
We obey.
Do you hear?
No one
And maybe I'll do yet another storage facility here. I don't really care about the faith in, upkeep permanent at this point. I just
There are
want
no
the
materials.
facilities to be producing, because that's been the problem. Oh, we're getting attacked. Well, hello there. I will fight back. Hey, jerks. Get eaten by horrors. And you would be attacking me if there was anything within range for you to attack. So I'll send my horror over there to help out.
No one requires our goods, oh.
Alright, I don't see the production bottlenecks anymore, and it looks like we're starting to get a surplus of cooked corn and robe. So it was just a matter of having not enough hauling to bring goods from point A to point B, it seems. Which is solvable.
Our work for our God.
Alright, some of the unemployed are going to ascend.
We await your
One had a specialization of blast furnace,
orders, oh high priest. We work for our God.
and then the others may be stuck in the cemetery. Good. In one of the families, a baby is born with an unusual mark on their forehead, resembling the tendrils of our Lord. The parents ask you to bless the child and give them a name for this miracle. Oh boy. What are we doing with this baby? The parents should choose a name for their child. They will receive a blessing, but will require materials in return. So, 5 fanaticism, 4 planks. You shall be named Zoth, and your head signifies your blessed destiny as his star spawn. Consequences unknown. Or you should be named Smith, for you're the smith of your own destiny. The best believers are those who believe consciously. Okay, Zoth it is. Consequence. 10 favor, 1 more extra person. As you place your hand on the child's forehead, you notice that with your words, endless swarms of white worms begin to wriggle in its eyes. The insects shoot out forcefully into your mouth and your open, surprised mouth, and then nothing. When you open your eyes, a fully grown man stands before you, possessing a powerful physique and a writhing mark on his forehead, along with a smile that doesn't belong to him. Great. Thank you. Thank you for the worms in my mouth. I appreciate it, chat. Delicious.
We will be rewarded.
No one requires.
I probably have enough for idol carvers now. And I need a little bit more favor to be able to build an idol carver, so let's get that.
Fulfill prophecy. He will awaken. He will awaken.
I have 33 captives. Oh my god, I have so many captives.
Worship the great.
And these guys are like trying to attack me but can't reach targets again. Alright, idol carver. Let's put this on the other island. Because my first island's industries are a bit bottlenecked through carriers. So an idol carver turns wood into idols. And it employs 4. So I'm going to move 4 people that just immigrated to our island here to work in it.
Honor the teachings.
In fact, I'll move all 6 over here and put the other 2 working in the cemetery. All as acolytes. We probably have another carving to do, I'd imagine. Speaking of idol carvings, yes we do. Alright, my robe making is falling behind, so I'm going to carve you into a robe maker. Patience is at 50%, is that a problem? Not really. There are, things that you can do to raise patience, like sacrificing followers and things like that, in order to raise it up. So if you ever feel like your patience is too low, there are dials that you can pull to raise it up. But yeah, I'm easily on track to win this. It's no problem at all.
Worship the Great One.
The ritual.
I serve the deep.
No one requires our goods, O High Priest.
We will be rewarded. There are no materials, O High Priest.
I'm going to do even 1 more storage. Just getting tired of waiting for supplies to be handed off. Alright, Black Sand Isle. Can I ascend them? Not yet. Needs not fulfilled. It's robes. It's always robes. Robes or corn, one or the other. Corn's actually looking pretty good at the moment, but that might not be true forever. Another way to get corn is just to murder people for it. Because sometimes they're like, corn is floating around, or robes are floating around in the water on the ships that we destroy. So once I get 5 more blood, I can send a horror out to go blow up enemy ships for material. Okay, I just ascended 6 at random. Some of them are going to be idol carvers. And then 2 are going to be in the cemetery. Oh, no, I was wrong about that. The idol carvers were a tier 1 initiate business. I just did that wrong. So 2 of these people are unemployed. And what I'll do is I'm going to revert them from acolytes back to initiates. Using the method that I stated before, which is if you make them homeless, they lose their status.
Oblivion Bay.
The rituals grant.
So now they're homeless, and then if I build them homes again, they won't be acolytes, they'll be initiates, resetting them back. Whether it's an intended game mechanic or not, I cannot say. I just know that it works.
Let us gather.
Our work for our God. Worship the great one.
All right. We're about to get the faith for the Dream Spire.
Our work for our...
We seek hidden.
It's also worth noting that the added faith for providing idols is massive. Idols, each house that has idols fulfilled gives 22 faith per acolyte. So it's one of the reasons why my faith income just went shoo.
Hence, you arrived.
Accept the boon. You come one step closer to awakening Cthulhu. You have completed the main goal. You can continue playing on the current map or go back to the main menu and pursue other paths. So I'm going to go back to the hub. So that is the game's pretty long tutorial. And now this is the that was chapter 1, the Dream Shroud, which is the introduction. And now we're going to be doing, we could either actually be doing Twisting Path, which is subchapter 1. In this chapter, you will embark on a treacherous journey to a forgotten corner of the world, a place where your spiritual forebears attempted to awaken the old one. Will you emerge victorious? or do Chapter 2, Blasphemy in Yellow. So I'm going to have you guys pick what chapter to start. I will say I won't have enough time to finish either one with the remaining time. But at least I'll be able to start it and you can see it for yourself. So it's Chapter 2, Blasphemy in Yellow. Or Subchapter 1, Twisting Path. And while you vote on that, I am going to be right back. Thank you for tuning in to Worshippers of Cthulhu, which originally streamed live on Twitch October 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow cultists.